You'd think Donald Trump would be the last person to laugh at a
Alrighty then.
Have you ever been caught red-handed, playfully roasting or impersonating someone only to turn around and see them standing right behind you with their arms crossed? It's that ultimate stomach drop moment where you just want the floor to open up and swallow you whole, right? Well, on the stage of Saturday Night Live SNL, they take that exact kind of boldness to a whole new level. We're not talking about sneaking around behind people's backs here. SNL cast members stand proudly right in front of the actual celebrities, wearing identical outfits and exaggerating every bad habit or ridiculous expression by tenfold. The line between a stroke of impressionist genius and a hilarious total breakdown sometimes comes down to a single raised eyebrow or an unscripted line right in front of the real star. Today, join me as I look back at some of the most hilarious, jaw-dropping, and iconic face-to-face showdowns in SNL history, when brave actors impersonated superstars right to their faces at the exact perfect moment. Hit that subscribe button now, and let's jump right in.
I know that you guys kind of look alike. I did not.
The interview on The Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon, featuring comedian Will Ferrell and Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer Chad Smith, is a legendary showdown that turned their uncanny physical resemblance into a hilariously epic, lifelong feud. It all kicked off when both showed up in identical outfits, matching leather jackets, t-shirts, and backward baseball caps, making viewers feel like they were seeing double. Throughout the chat, both committed to deadpan seriousness, continuously blaming each other for being an imposter, ruining their career. Will Ferrell casually took a sip from his mug, claiming it was a special energy drink, reserved strictly for drummers, while Chad Smith could only shake his head in disbelief at his clone's shameless antics. Will Ferrell's straight-faced delivery paired with Chad Smith's seamless chemistry made for brilliant comedic back and forth, turning this face-off between long-lost twins into one of the most memorable moments in television history.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming.
When talking about the greatest impressions in SNL history, you can't leave out the 2008 showdown between Hillary Clinton and Amy Poehler. SNL had just aired a sketch spoofing the Democratic primary debate, where Amy Poehler playing Hillary Clinton was constantly ignored by the media in favor of Barack Obama, played by Fred Armisen. Right after that, the show transitioned to an editorial response segment. The real Senator Hillary Clinton appeared solo on camera to respond to that debate sketch. Amy Poehler, still in full green pantsuit, and Hillary impression gear, walked onto the stage to stand right next to the real Hillary. Amy slyly asked for her earrings back, while the real Hillary turned around, looked straight at her exaggerated duplicate, and landed a painfully sharp reality check question. Do I really laugh like that? Amy Poehler didn't break character for a second, immediately responding in her awkward yet mischievous impression voice. Oh no, Senator. Yours is much more courteous and measured. This is the laugh of a crazy person.
Nick, you're looking very well tonight.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Nick. You look great, too.
The 2012 clash between Andy Samberg and Nicolas Cage is widely considered one of the most memorable moments on Saturday Night Live. It all started in the fictional segment Get in the Cage, where Andy Samberg transformed into Nicolas Cage, complete with a black leather jacket, slicked back hair, and an utterly bizarre acting style. He kept whispering intently, bulging his eyes, and blurting out weird cinematic philosophies to mock the Hollywood star's signature over-the-top persona. Right. As the impression was reaching its peak, the real Nicolas Cage unexpectedly walked out onto the stage to the shock and cheers of the audience. Instead of the usual awkward reaction to being caught, Nicolas Cage stepped out wearing a black leather jacket outfit that matched Andy Samberg's down to the last detail. The moment they locked eyes, Andy whispered that he felt like he was looking into a mirror, and the real Nicolas Cage responded in his signature deep voice that the feeling was indeed very strange. The back and forth became even more synced up when Andy enthusiastically suggested they team up for a movie project about twin brothers who swap faces, a direct jab at the classic film Face Off. Nicolas Cage cheerfully went along with it, and together with his clone turned to the camera to shout the show's closing sign-off. The real star's good sport attitude combined with Andy Samberg's spot-on impression turned this crash-in into an incredibly natural and seamless interaction.
And taking the counterpoint is former television star Jerry Seinfeld.
Okay, thanks, Colin. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Gentlemen, your topic is campaign.
The point-counterpoint segment on SNL's Weekend Update delivered a showdown that was equal parts mind-bending and hilarious, featuring comedian Jerry Seinfeld facing off against his impersonator Jimmy Fallon. It all kicked off when anchor Colin Quinn introduced the two guests to debate campaign finance. However, what sent the audience into stitches was that both sides of the debate, one pro, one con, were introduced as Jerry Seinfeld sitting shoulder to shoulder. Dressed identically in dark blazers and blue dress shirts, they created a wildly surreal frame of two clones standing their ground. Instead of talking serious politics, the real Jerry Seinfeld opened up by complaining about petty things like the Gap brand and drawstring pants in his signature observational stand-up style. Instantly, Jimmy Fallon jumped in to steal the spotlight, matching his tone-cadenced rhythm and hand gestures without missing a beat. The debate completely derailed as both Seinfelds started arguing over the swing dance craze, only to end up chanting commercial slogans in unison and showering each other with praise. Thanks to the real deal's nonchalant humor paired with Jimmy Fallon's spot-on impression, this segment delivered an incredibly witty and deeply engaging interaction.
Well, I started growing in high school and stopped right around here. Alrighty then.
The Carrey family reunion sketch on SNL was essentially a hilarious tribute, where the SNL cast members transformed into an army of impersonators, spoofing Jim Carrey's iconic roles right in front of the man himself. It all started when Jim Carrey walked into a fictional family reunion at a restaurant. But the bizarre twist was that every single relative walking in shared the exact personality quirks and exaggerated expressions of movie characters Jim Carrey had actually played. His uncle strolled in, shouting his trademark Ace Ventura line, "Alrighty then," while another relative chimed in with the gentle classic greeting from The Truman Show. Surrounded by a horde of clones, screaming and making crazy faces non-stop, the real Jim Carrey didn't back down for a second. He leaned in and matched their energy to the max. The sketch wrapped up with a big family photo where every single version went wild together in front of the camera. Thanks to Jim Carrey diving in head first and the SNL cast's spot-on impressions, the sketch created a reunion vibe that was as delightfully weird as it was endlessly funny.
Hi, Justin.
What's up, Miley? It's a cool show.
Really?
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay. So, Justin, what have you been up to lately?
You know, I'm just chilling right now. Wink, cocky nod, point.
The Miley Cyrus Show Justin Bieber sketch on SNL delivered a wildly fun swap when Miley Cyrus herself showed up to play pop Prince Justin Bieber on a show spoofing her own life. It all kicked off on the set of the fictional talk show, The Miley Cyrus Show, where cast member Vanessa Bayer played Miley Cyrus with her signature goofy energy, constantly blabbing about how everything was pretty cool. Instead of keeping it squeaky clean, Miley's version of Justin Bieber kept flexing cheeky winks, finger points, and cocky head nods. When asked where all those slick dance moves came from, Bieber just smirked and pointed over to his swagger coach, Taran Killam, standing backstage. The banter between the two hit peak hilarity when Bieber, playing Miley, set a trap by asking Bieber about her own real-life salvia smoking scandal, and Miley, playing Bieber, casually brushed it off, saying it was totally legal. Miley Cyrus's spot-on take on Justin Bieber, combined with Vanessa Bayer's delightfully quirky performance, turned this into a laugh-out-loud sketch that felt completely natural and totally hit the mark.
Lady, listen to me, and you listen good, okay? This man's about 6'2". Now, here's the thing. There's no way he's my son.
Yeah, here's the thing, Mom. Let me explain. First of all, this is not my dad. It's a waste of my damn time, that's what it is.
In the Kevin Hart Son sketch on Saturday Night Live, Kevin Hart plays himself coming off a triumphant set, only to get hit with a total reality check backstage. A strange woman suddenly bursts into his dressing room, boldly announcing they had a wild one-night stand decades ago, before introducing him to her ridiculously tall son. The sudden arrival of this over 6-foot young man instantly throws the room into absolute hilarious chaos. The core highlight driving the sketch is Kevin's hilarious denial as he stares up at this prodigal son, towering a full head over him. He keeps insisting his genetics couldn't possibly produce such a massive kid, but in a funny twist of fate, the young man mimics Kevin's exact fidgets, wide-eyed expressions, and snappy talking style too. Deny him right back as a father. The brilliant chemistry between the cast's spot-on impression and Kevin Hart's signature energetic humor turned a classic secret child storyline into a genuinely hilarious comedy bit. In the Weekend Update segment of Saturday Night Live, cast member Vanessa Bayer delivered a ridiculously cute impression of the iconic Rachel Green from the sitcom Friends to discuss the 90s nostalgia trend. However, the real high point of the sketch was the sudden appearance from backstage by Jennifer Aniston, the original Rachel herself. Jennifer walked out looking visibly exasperated, playfully calling Bayer out for blowing up her phone with texts for 12 days straight, while gently reminding her that the show ended a long time ago and it was time to move on. Jennifer Aniston's surprise cameo didn't just deliver big laughs. It was a sweet, nostalgic nod to die-hard fans of 90s sitcoms.
Excuse me, Mr. President, I'm heading home for the night. Can I get you anything?
No, thank you, David, but hey.
The Oval Office cold open sketch on SNL pulls back the curtain for a deeply satirical look inside the Oval Office, where Donald Trump, played by Alec Baldwin, handles a series of chaotic diplomatic calls while being pulled by the strings of Grim Reaper, Steve Bannon. It all kicks off as soon as his top advisors leave the room, and the new president seizes the moment to call world leaders. But instead of serious policy talks, Alec Baldwin's Trump turns these call-ins into pure madness. He blasts the Australian Prime Minister over dipping ratings for The Apprentice plays a ridiculous guy who pays for the wall says what prank on the Mexican president and rubs German Chancellor Angela Merkel the wrong way with oblivious rants. At the end of every call, his only way to resolve conflict is to threaten, prepare for war. The peak climax of the sketch hits when Trump eagerly dials up to bully the president of Zimbabwe. Contrary to his usual bullying routine, the Zimbabwean leader shuts him down with a harsh reality check, threatening him right back until Trump panics and hangs up immediately. The scene wraps up on an immensely satirical note as Steve Bannon reclaims the main Oval Office desk, leaving the President of the United States to sulk away and sit at a tiny kid's toy desk right beside it. Alec Baldwin's brilliant performance paired with fast-paced writing turned real-world diplomatic tensions into a sharp, deeply hilarious sequence.
Shaq, I'm here now. I'm on TV. I'm Shaq. Man, Shaq, you gotta enunciate. You make me sound like Sidney Poitier.
The Inside the NBA on TNT sketch on SNL captures the iconic basketball talk show in utter chaos, throwing game analysis out the window to make room for endless roasting between former hoops legends. The studio heats up as host Ernie Johnson Bill Hader attempts to steer the discussion only for legends Charles Barkley, Kenan Thompson, and Shaquille O'Neal Drake to constantly hijack the airwaves with their wild antics. While Kenan Thompson brilliantly nails Barkley's big appetite, relentless trash talk, and rapid-fire arguments, Drake sends the crowd into hysterics with his awkwardly spot-on Shaq from his deadpan mug to his habit of whispering boring stories right into the mic. The Sarah Palin and Hillary Address the Nation sketch on SNL in 2008 is a classic piece of political satire marking an iconic team-up between comedic powerhouses Tina Fey and Amy Poehler as they transformed into two politicians with completely polar opposite styles. The face-off unfolds on live television as Hillary Clinton, Amy Poehler, and Sarah Palin, Tina Fey jointly address the nation to demand the media stop sexism against female politicians. But behind that surface-level solidarity lies a feud packed with passive-aggressive jabs. While Hillary works hard to maintain her seasoned politician persona, delivering poised arguments on foreign policy and climate change, Sarah Palin serves up a total buzzkill with her oblivious charm, blurting out iconic lines like, "I can see Russia from my house." Thanks to sharp writing and spot-on impressions right down to the smallest mannerisms, Tina Fey and Amy Poehler didn't just put on a purely entertaining sketch, they created a deeply sharp, satirical landmark of American media at the time. Weekend Update anchor. Dennis Miller decides to take his oath of office for his 5th season, only for the ceremony to be administered by a mirror image clone of himself played by Dana Carvey. Dana Carvey's clone nailed loud moment.
Commander-in-Chief, I am ever cognizant of my authority to launch a full-scale orgy of death there on the desert sand. Probably.
The George Bush on support for the war in Iraq and bombing sketch on SNL is a masterclass in political satire featuring comedian Dana Carvey delivering a brilliant impression of President George H.W. Bush, Bush Sr., giving a fictional address to the nation from the Oval Office. Stepping into the shoes of the sitting Commander-in-Chief, Dana Carvey effortlessly captures Bush's signature traits, from his hesitant hand gestures and relaxed demeanor to his unique rapid-fire delivery. Driven by clever writing and Dana Carvey's delightfully deadpan performance, the sketch didn't just break the tension of current events, it cemented itself as one of the most iconic political impressions in SNL history.
I'm so excited for you that I'm here.
The Dionne Warwick talk show sketch on SNL is a powerhouse performance where Ego Nwodim captures the commanding, larger-than-life energy of music icon Dionne Warwick, complete with a fiery yet delightfully sweet showdown against the real legend herself. Far from being offended or taken aback by the spoof, the 80-year-old music icon was clearly loving every second and jumped right in to face off with her duplicate. When Ego Nwodim asked why the real legend was standing right there, the real Dionne Warwick didn't hesitate to hit back with a high-class smirk. "I wanted to come by and see how you were doing, and I have to admit you're doing a good job, but no one can be Dionne except Dionne." The music legend's warm, fiercely confident energy paired with Ego Nwodim's spot-on impression turned their back and forth into pure comedic gold. Which celebrity impression on this list blew you away the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, and click subscribe, so you never miss out on my next deep dives into the juicy backstories of pop culture and entertainment.
Some opinions expressed in this video may be subjective and reflect the content creator's perspective at the time of production. They should not be interpreted as objective facts or official positions. From the stage to the big screen, their influence is undeniable. Thank you for watching this tribute. If you enjoyed this walk through history, leave a like and subscribe to the Silent Legends archives. This video specifically recommended for you reveals a truth that few people talk about. Watch it now to see the full picture. Take care of yourselves.